Hey community group leaders, Pastor Jake Thurston here for another community group leader training that I would love to offer for you guys, and just some essential tips and tricks for leading a healthy community group. As we talked about in our last training, we're kind of looking through this lens of gardening as like our key metaphor for what leading a good community group can look like. Last week we talked about how you can't control the weather, how sometimes there's just things that pop up in your group's lives that you just go outside of your control, and just some of the best things you can do is to be faithful when those things come up and just to obey whatever it is that the Lord lays on your heart in those seasons for your group, and just to do the best you can in those uncontrollable weather scenarios that come up. This week, we're going to talk about the importance of knowing your season. Know your seasons. In order to have any kind of a healthy garden, you have to know the season that you're in, because there's certain things you need to do in certain seasons to adequately produce a good fruitful harvest. So for example, we often plant gardens in the spring when the soil is ripe and the rain is coming. And then the nice hot weather in the summer and the rain helps cultivate that garden up to be healthy and to produce the produce. And then in the fall is when it's time to harvest. It's when everything is ripe. It's when we can take the tomatoes off their plants. It's when we can harvest it into grain. And then the winter, of course, it's cold and it's miserable and nothing grows in the winter. So we take a break and we know when those rest rhythms are. We garden based on the seasons. The same thing happens with our community groups, which is why the key word for this training is rhythms. Rhythms. It's really important as you lead your group to acknowledge what season your group is in and to adjust your life rhythms accordingly. So that means that maybe you spend February, March, April, May consistently meeting weekly or bi-weekly, but you know the summers are crazy, so you adjust your schedule based on the season, maybe to a monthly meeting instead. And then you know that the fall, you're kind of back into a regular routine. So September, October, November, you guys decide to meet again. And because December and January can be a little crazy, you readjust your meetings based on that. Or maybe everyone just seems to be in a really crazy season in the fall, and so instead of doing a weekly meeting, you guys adjust to a bi-weekly meeting, which can still give you times to disciple other people in those other weeks. Whatever it is your responsibility as the community group leader to look at your group, to know your people, and to acknowledge what season you are in and to take breaks accordingly. And this is why we're doing this for this summer season, why this training is coming up here right before our summer season. Because this is a prime time to take breaks. This is a prime time to adjust your schedules to a rhythm that works better with your group. You guys can continue meet weekly throughout the summer, but we still recommend that you at least find a month or 2 months, if not the whole summer, to take a break. So that way you feel rejuvenated and you can get that rest that you need, so then you can come back into your next season of being a community group together, whatever that looks like. So again, know your season, adjust your rhythms, and you guys have the freedom and flexibility to do literally whatever is best for your group. That's this week's training. Thank you so much and for your ministry, and continue to provide that community. This is so crucial for our Christian formation. Have a great day.